you take me home? Give me wings to fly. We can run away. Castle in the sky. Won't you take me home and give me wings to fly?
How did the years slip right by us? How did we get this far off track? No, we can't let the darkness triumph. We gotta find our way back. We're going home. Oh, I know. Hope is slowly rising. See it out on the horizon and keep holding on. We're going home. We're going home. Whenever you're barely pushing through it, whenever you're running on fumes, keep your head high and your heart fixed, and follow the light of the yellow moon. We're going home. Oh, I know. Hope is slowly rising. See it out on the horizon and keep holding on. I know. The moment that the day breaks, gonna go and find our own way. No, it won't be long. We're going home. We're going home. Hope is slowly rising. See it out on the horizon and keep holding on. I know. The moment that the day breaks, gonna go and find our own way. No, it won't be long. We're going home. We're going home.
G'day folks. Well, I made it to Granville on the first day of the shark fishing sojourn. Destination is a surprise. You will see the destination when I roll in, and that's when I'll explain it a bit more to you. But just to tell you my match fitness, I could have gone further. I mean, I've only come 30 kilometres, but 30 kilometres in Rigsy is a lot more hard going than 30 kilometres in the Greenspeed Magnum trike. Even with the kids trailer on the back, it is a massive difference. I mean, I had to be careful on what level of power I had the Bafang on, because when I left the other day in a bit of a hurry after that phone call from the storage facilities management, I forgot to wire some things up, or didn't forget, but I had to pack everything up in a hurry and leave, and I didn't get to charge the battery as much as I wanted to, and I was gone for days visiting my son. My son was sick again as well, the poor little bugger. It was his third time with the same kind of flu. So I was there, just, one door closes, another one opens. It just so happened that, that weekend that I was going to devote to kitting out Rigsy, and because the management sort of said, hey, you can't stay there all day and whatever, I packed up immediately and didn't forget, but didn't get to do everything I wanted to do. But, my son was sick, so I needed to go and help out down there anyway. So it's amazing how this stuff works. And now I'm back. The battery on Rigsy over there, the e-bike battery, was only about 70%, 75% charged. So I couldn't go that far today. And there was a bit of an issue as well. I thought that I hadn't wired everything up properly, like the main stuff, the solar panels from the roofs, because I disconnected everything the other day to play around with it all, and I thought I reconnected it properly. And when I was about 10 or 15 Ks out of where I started, which I won't tell you where, Dave, I realised that the battery was going down very quickly. It wasn't being charged at all. So I pulled over in a service station, and I opened up, I'll show you, I opened up this over here, where the e-bike battery is. I won't get into it, but I opened up this, and the little, the buck converter, the boost converter, it wasn't working. And I thought, oh, Jesus, I haven't wired up everything correctly because I was in such a hurry the other day. And I was in a real hurry today as well when I got back there to load everything up, because I didn't want to stay there too long, so close to that phone call, So I just quickly loaded everything up, took off, realised that the battery was going down real quick, pulled over in a service station, realised that that battery in there and the buck converter, the boost converter, wasn't working. So I got into the back of here and started, going over all the wiring again. And it just so happens that I'd actually put the negative cable into the positive bus bar and vice versa. No wonder it wasn't working, eh? When the pressure's on, one does silly things, and that's what I did. Also, cautionary tale here. At times I run out of negative wire or positive wire, but I'll, the red colour and the black colour, the casing on there. But I might have one of the other colour in abundance. So rather than wait and order some more of the correct colour, I just put a little texter mark on the end of it and go, that'll do. And so sometimes the positive coloured wire cable is used for the negative as well. So you can imagine down the track it gets very bloody confusing, as it did. Anyway, I fixed it all up, started working, but still I wasn't able to go very far today, simply because the battery needed charging. And it was, I'm talking about doors closing and another one opens. I'm knackered, mate. 30 kilometres and I am absolutely stuffed. I think I've put on an extra 6 kilos in my time, frequenting that storage facility for the length of time that I did, and then visiting my son and eating good meals instead of quick and easy meals and skipping meals. I skip a lot of meals when I'm in the rig. I just can't be stuffed cooking, so I just keep riding. Anyway, that is the skinny. I'll camp over here overnight. Tomorrow get up nice and early and head off. I may make one more stop for a few hours if the battery runs flat or starts discharging at an alarming rate, and I feel I won't have enough charge to get me through. I will pull over and allow it to charge without any draw, and hopefully I'll get it up to a level and then I can continue on to the magical beautiful spot to catch some shark. Oh yes. All right. I almost forgot. I did forget to mention. As I rolled into Grantville, there was a chap who came running over. Was very curious about the rig. Very excited to see someone out there doing something like what I'm doing. He and his partner had been living, touring around Australia in an old Bedford van. Hey, T-Man, he's got a Bedford as well. And for 5 years, and they would come back every sort of 6 months and stay at home and then go out again. And anyway, he was just a really cool guy. He was very, very interested in what I was doing, and he passed me $10. He said, "Look, here's some beer money, mate. I really love what you're doing." And that's a wonderful thing. So I tip my hat to you guys. Thank you so much for that. It's always a pleasure to talk about what I do with people, what I do, the lifestyle that I live, how I do it. Yeah, and it's always a pleasure to receive the kindness of strangers who aren't really strangers, kindred spirits, on the road, so to speak. So thanks, guys. One other thing I just want to talk about. Whenever I do an edit, or I'm stopped and I'm doing something, cooking a meal or whatever, and I know I'm going to do some droning the next day, while I'm doing the edit, I update the firmware of the drone, the remote control for the drone, the DJI, anything, the phone, the iPad, the computer. I update absolutely everything because I've been caught out many times. I once rode, 30 kilometres to a spot to do some drone work, and I realised that I hadn't updated the firmware. I had done it maybe 4 or 5 days before the trip, but that wasn't enough. And unfortunately, it just was such a big download, and my phone the internet was shit in that area that I went to. So there you go, guys. Cautionary tale, always pays to update your firmware before you go on a trip. All right. Sunset at Grantville. Very nice.